Hi, I'm Gary Strigler. I'm probably best known as a trim carpenter, but I'm also a contractor, and sometimes we have to do stuff that's outside of trim carpentry realm to finish a job. So today we're working on building this gigantic set of deck steps with one little twist thrown in. On the plans it shows putting a curve in the bottom of this, which I've done a ton of those where it was masonry, and the mason just did it. And I've done a bunch inside too where, it was curved stairs and stuff. But this is my first one to put a little bit of a curve at the bottom on a deck step. Now, thought about it a little bit, and what I decided to do is to just make that curve using some treated plywood. We're probably going to go back and skin the outside of this either with some hardy panel that'll bend to that, or maybe even some synthetic material that the people that are making the synthetic tread sell. But what we did is started out by attaching little treated rippings right behind the riser. The first one, and we're basically going up 3 risers. This is 7 3/4 inches of rise and 11 inches of run, which is about the most they'll let you do where I live. So this first cleat that we screwed on is on a 7-degree angle, and it's about 1.25 inches out to the very longest point. That's this one. The second one is right at 3.5 inches, and this is a 16-degree angle. Again, it went right there. The bottom one is about 22.5 degrees, and I believe this is about 7 out here. Now again, that's going to vary a little bit, but I just want to give you those numbers so you get kind of an idea. And the great news is, if you go to one of the big box stores, about any piece of treated plywood that you pick up is going to have a pretty good bow in it. So that worked out well for us. We actually kind of leaned this piece of plywood up overnight, the treated plywood, to get a little bit more bow, so it wasn't too hard to pull this together. We've been using some of those construction screws. They're rated for outside. They're coated, about 2.5-inch long screws, and some F26 construction adhesives to laminate this together. 3 layers I think is going to be fine, and the next thing that we're going to do to finish up, and I'm going to probably just share some pictures of the rest of this process on Instagram as I go, but we're going to take a straight edge and come across and mark the cut we need to make here. Of course, we'll just saw straight up with a recip saw, and it will just mark all these across, mark the lines. We may have to back some screws out, but we'll be able to notch those out, and then we will just let our synthetic decking come out and follow the angle that we've got there. Yes, a little bit of a challenging application, but when it's all done, it's going to look great. This deck is an amazing part of this house that we're building, and it's got this incredible view of the lake. That kind of makes it all worthwhile when you get a chance to look at that.